This is the 511 Tactical Tac Essential Bag, and this is the cheapest bag I own. Like, literally, the cheapest backpack I own. $50. Not that cheap, I get it, but it literally is the cheapest backpack I own. This is the Mystery Ranch 3-Day Assault, the most expensive backpack I own. So, this guy, today's all about this guy. Let's get into it. This big boy is the Mystery Ranch 3-Day Assault. Light's better this side, right? I've been talking about reviewing this bag for like a long time, and I've even filmed it once, and I didn't like the filming of it, so I decided to try again. I've been using this bag for the last couple days as my daily carry. It is huge for daily carry. For me, I'm a small guy. I did it for you guys. I did it for you guys. Now, I want to start and preface by saying I'm going to miss some things about this bag. There are going to be things I don't know about it because it's so in-depth, this bag. So I'm just going to give like my basic feelings about how I felt about using this bag the last couple of days. And I mean, I've used it before. It mostly, for me, it represents a camping bag. I use it for camping with my buddy John. It's one of those bags that, like, you know when you've probably got like this uncle, cousin, friend's dad, something like this, who he has like this car in his garage that he never drives. He just goes and sits in it on a Sunday for no reason other than sitting in it, but he doesn't take it out anywhere. He has no reason to drive it. That's this bag for me. Because every time I touch it, I feel like, wow, this is what a bag is supposed to be. But then I can't figure out when to use it. But a bag is supposed to be something you carry stuff in, but then I never carry anything in it. This is the 3-Day Assault CL, which stands for something like civilian loadout, I've heard. Look, I'm well aware that people say that this was made better in the past and blah, 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 and Grandpa walked to work with no shoes on, backwards, with 1 foot. I don't know. Never seen the old one. I can't comment on it. I can only comment on what's in front of me compared to other stuff I own. I own a lot of Gorucks. I own a lot of 511 bags. I own Tom Bin bags. I own all kinds of bags, as you can see here. So all of the things I'm going to say in this video come from that type of experience. Look, I'm well aware that I'm going to get some comments on this that are like, man, you don't know anything about these kind of bags. Well, true, but yeah, that's how it goes. I filmed a video about this before, and somebody called it a tactical trash can. It kind of is. It looks a bit like a trash can, I guess, the shape, but I'm telling you, if you find one of these in the trash can, pick it up and run. When I touch a bag like a 511 tactical bag, like that one I just threw off the table, or something like that, they have the feeling of like, this would be like the space shuttle, and the 511 tactical is kind of like a Dash 8. You pilots will know what that means, or people who know anything about airplanes. They both fly, but they don't do it in the same way. Made in the USA. This tag right here says made in the USA. It's coyote brown. The zippers are all very chunky, very big YKK. I'm well aware that it's not technically an assault pack because this zipper is, you don't want this happening if you're sneaking up on somebody. There isn't that much molly on this bag. There is 3 rows of molly webbing here and 3 rows of molly webbing here. 2 compression straps on the front that suck the bag in. There's this row of like daisy chain stuff here. The bag itself is made of 500D Cordura nylon that's Teflon coated. And I'll tell you what, I've touched a lot of 500D in my life. Yeah. Yeah, I've touched a lot of 500D Cordura nylon in my life, and this feels different. It just feels better. Don't know. I don't know if it's because my brain thinks you paid a lot of money for this, so it must be better, but it just feels better. The Mystery Ranch logo is embroidered here. Whenever they make something in the USA, they tend to embroider it here, especially their Army range. Gives it a little bit of a more quality feel. Bozeman, Montana, USA. There is a giant molly patch thing here. Molly patch? There's a giant hook and loop patch here where you can stick your Apache things, if that's what floats your boat. The hardware is not Duraflex, I don't think, and oh, sorry, it is Duraflex. The hardware is Duraflex, and these compression straps, the sound they make is like unlike any other buckle I've ever heard. Like, you hear that? That is just like, man, just the positiveness. Hear that? Feels good. The highlight of this bag, or one of the highlights of this bag, is this Yolk System, the strap system. There is no real airflow here, but to me that doesn't really bother me very much. Hardly any of the bags I own have airflow. The yoke is fully adjustable. You can adjust it up and down. I have the small size because I'm a smaller framed guy, or at least I'm a shorter guy. And these straps are extremely comfortable, and when I wear this bag, it just disappears from my back. It's literally like gone. It's the most comfortable bag I've ever owned, bar none. Literally nothing even close what I have. The bag itself is heavy, but it feels like nothing on your back. Like, Mystery Ranch knows how to do it, because the second most comfortable bag I own is the Mystery Ranch Urban Assault 21, which uses a fixed system, so you can't adjust it, but that thing is also super comfortable. They call this the Futura harness system, and that's kind of like one of Mystery Ranch's big things. I don't know what else to say other than it's super comfortable and it's adjustable. The top handle, so this top handle is the one part of this bag I don't like. It is just nylon loop, and I guess they think that in reality nobody gonna use that for anything but EDC guys like us carry it around, because we're getting in and out of our cars all the time and stuff. So yeah, that's just something to note. There are water bottle pockets on both sides, which can also be used for other stuff. Like, you could probably like roll up a magazine and put it in there. I've heard something about them being for magazines. I don't know. Yeah, there are these two hip belt things that come out of the sides here. Look like this, with a gigantic Duraflex thing. They are, I mean, they've never been used. I've never used them once, but they tuck away here and they just disappear, and you never have to think about them again. So nothing to really worry about or write home about. They buckle in with a buckle like so. They do sit perfectly on my hips. I don't know if they would for anybody else, but for me they sit perfectly on my hips, so that's a big plus. Okay, so that's mostly the details of the outside of the bag. Now let's get a little bit on the inside of the bag. There are two pockets on the top here. So there's one here and one here. And then there is another zipper here that you can see. This zipper goes inside the bag so that you can run a water hosey thingy in there. Not something I usually ever do. There are these two top zippers, as I mentioned, and I will show you. So in my daily carry life, this small one here, it's quite small. I just put my keys. So there's my keys. And then they're both AquaGuard zippers, and they appear to be number 8s in this case, so YKK number 8s. And I keep my wallet and my mask in that other top guy. These zippers are, in fact, USA-made YKK zippers, if that matters to you. Now, Mystery Ranch is famous for this tri-zip design. The tri-zip allows you to just put your finger in this little hole here and then rip it open. That's the whole point of it. Put your finger in, rip it open. That's kind of how it goes. Now, when you do this, you can like go into the bag from the top here and pull your stuff out, like a top loader. Also, you can see there's some mesh here. That's the inside of that pocket, so I can see my wallet and my mask in there, and that mesh feels great. Mystery Ranch makes like the best mesh, really. This is a number 10 YKK zipper along the front here, and basically what you want to do is you can just cadaver this guy open like so, and everything just comes tumbling out. So I don't have a water bottle, but I put a beer can in here to show you. These are for hydration. These wing pockets here are for hydration, and you can put your hydration bladder things in here. You can see this is really shiny. That's the Teflon coating, and that's what makes this material feel really good. Like really, really good. Because this is the civilian loadout, it actually has like a laptop sleeve here, which I'll get into in a second. There are also these other two wing pockets here, which are mesh pockets. They have like big number 8 YKK zippers on the top, and that zipper really nicely. And inside those pockets I have like my deodorant in one, and hand sanitizer in the other. Basically for daily carry, it's too big. It's supposed to be 29 liters. It feels bigger than that to me. I don't know if it actually is bigger than that, but it really feels bigger than that. So aside from these two side pockets and then these two wing pockets. Now what I should mention about these wing pockets is they actually like I put my tripod in here the other day, like inside the bag. And this wing pocket, like it goes like all the way through. Like, can you see my finger there? My finger comes out the bottom. So you can actually stuff things down the edge there if you want to. And actually you can even not zip here and then let it come out the top. Laptop sleeve, it's raised up off the bottom. It's slightly padded, and it's good enough. Good enough. I've read you can put a 17-inch laptop in here. I don't have one to show you. My 15-inch MacBook Pro fits in there well. Right now I have my tablet in this Tomahawk sleeve, and it fits in perfectly fine like so. There is an actual tablet sleeve here on the front. My iPad Pro fits in here if it doesn't have a case on it. If it has a case on it, it's really tight. But, you know, it is what it is. On the bottom here, I just have a camera cube. I tend to use bigger camera cubes with this guy, and the main reason is because the bottom is not padded. It has like no padding at all. It has a couple of drain holes. I'm feeling now the laptop sleeve is definitely raised up off the bottom, suspended, and suspended away from the sides of the bag. So your laptop's really well protected in here. Just another note on the bottom, there is some like webbing on the bottom here where you can like loop around like your bedroll or whatever if you're camping. I also had my GoRuck Dopp Kit in here. Wire Dopp. This is what I tend to use for like all of my... That's kind of how the bag goes for daily carry. Look, honestly, for most of you, you'll never daily carry this bag. It is just too big. But, you know, for some of you, a very small percentage of you, this will be like the only bag you ever need for your whole life, for everything you ever do. Like literally this bag can do anything, kind of, if you can get away with the look and the feeling and the vibes and the size and the looks other people give you and all those things. One question I had about this bag from somebody else is they asked me, how does it work for minimal travel? Now, I don't consider this minimal travel. To me, minimal travel is like something like a GoRuck, like this. This is the GoRuck Slick 21. This would be like minimal travel, 21 liters. For me, minimal travel is like 21 to 25 liters. This is 30 liters that feels like 40, and I don't think I consider that minimal travel. Now, if I was packing this out for travel, how would I pack it out? Well, first of all, I'm going to tell you that I would never use this as a daily carry when I get somewhere, unless like it was just, if I was going on a world trip, I probably would. Like literally if I was going on a 6-month trip and this was my only bag. And honestly, of all the bags I own, I know this one would survive anything. Like literally anything. So I might think about taking it on that kind of trip. But I don't go on that kind of trip. Let's pack it out for minimal travel so you can see kind of what that would look like. So I got my laptop in there already. And basically, with this kind of bag, I need another bag. So, say hi to this guy. This is the Bullet Ruck 15 from GoRuck. This is packable baggage. It's no frame sheet. The straps are beefy but small. It's quite thin, so I have all my clothes like packed into here in this like other packing cube just to make it easy. And then what I do is I take this bag and I just put it like so, and okay, so so you're probably wondering, what about a camera? Honestly, when I'm traveling like that, I would probably have my camera with me, or in this case, my camera, my Leica, fits in this top pocket here very well, and no problems at all. I can fit my Leica in this top pocket, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. So for camera, normally what I do is this is my camera bag and it's attached now. This is a hazard for Plan C. If you can see this thing, can you see this thing? This thing is a Mystery Ranch pouch that mollies on to this side here, and I tend to put that there with my Leica in it if I'm traveling for a long distance, or even when I'm camping. I tend to do that. Water bottle goes in the water bottle pocket when traveling. So now I'm almost there. So this is my Dopp Kit. This is the Wandered large toiletry pouch, and it fits perfectly well in the top here. Close it down. And then that's it. That's how I would travel with it, literally. Now you might say, like, why not just take the GoRuck? Well, it doesn't work like that because, one, the laptop is in the Mystery Ranch, right? The water bottle is in the Mystery Ranch. The camera would be in the Mystery Ranch. My wallet, my passport, everything else, which would be up top here, in the Mystery Ranch. So you can't just take the GoRuck. It doesn't work like that. Travel doesn't work like that. So in this case, what I would do is just pack that in with my clothes in it, or with the packing cube as I did. But I tend to put another packing cube inside. I'm a weirdo. It's like a bag within a bag within a bag. That's kind of how I go. It's kind of how I roll. That's sort of what it looks like when it's packed out completely full. And I mean, honestly, I could get other stuff in there if I needed to. For sure I could. Basically, my final thoughts on it are this. This bag feels like the best built bag I've ever touched in my life. It just feels quality. Every single stitch, everything is immaculate. Of course, people are gonna say it's not like the old one. Fine, I get it. Your old bag was amazing. Congrats. The point is, from all the bags I've ever felt, this is by far the one that feels the most purpose-built, the one that feels the most well-built, the one that feels like it would last forever, but the one that I literally can't seem to find a use for in my life. So I don't know what to say, you know? That's kind of how it goes. Anyway, sell it or not sell it, I don't know. The thing is that it represents a big chunk of money, but then, thanks cat. That's my cat Mambo. But then every time I touch it, every time I zip the zipper up, every time I pull this top off, it gives me that spark of joy, you know? And what's it about if it's not about a spark of joy? So, that's all I got for today. Peace, kids. Talk to you on the next one. Gonna remove this because I don't want to shake it up. And bye-bye.